Hey everybody, what's up? It's Joel, aka The Daily Guru, and for today's video, I want to talk about a couple current bands, and if you're into them, some older bands you might want to check out. Let's start off with one of the most popular bands around today, Mumford Sons. They certainly have a unique sound, and if you're looking for something that has that folk element, but maybe a little bit more attitude, check out Tim Barry's solo stuff. I spoke with him the other month on Gabbing with the Guru, and you need to check him out. If you're also into Mumford Sons, there's no question you're gonna love Crosby, Stills and Nash, and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. That is exactly where the sound of Mumford Sons comes from. And if you're into some of the more non-traditional arrangements that Mumford Sons do, and maybe want to explore their roots a little bit deeper, definitely check out the Waterboys. It's a little bit more upbeat, maybe a little more rock styled, but you'll definitely enjoy it just the same. If you're into the hip-hop sounds of Big KRIT, and I definitely think you should be, and you somehow don't listen to Outkast, this is the most direct link between two artists that's been around in years. They have a very similar sound, and if somehow you don't listen to Outkast, please join the rest of us on planet Earth. Also, if you're into Big KRIT, the other hip-hop act you need to be aware of is the Geto Boys. They're a little bit old school, but they're always good, they're always on point, and you have to have them in your collection. Finally, if you want a bit more of a stretch on Big KRIT style, check out Ice Cube's The Predator record. You'll see the connections, and I think you'll dig it. For those of you out there who listen to Florence and the Machines, I assume that you have a great deal of Patti Smith in your collection, as she is clearly the inspiration behind that group. If not, start with her iconic Horses record and move on from there. You're also definitely going to want to check out PJ Harvey. She's one of a kind, she's absolutely phenomenal, and Florence and the Machines clearly take a large part of her sound. My final suggestion for Florence and the Machine fans is Alison Goldfrapp, better known as Goldfrapp. You'll definitely see a large part of her sound within Florence and the Machines, and Goldfrapp is one of a kind. Jumping genres, let's talk to those of you who love Taylor Swift. If you're looking for a great female sound within the not completely country style, definitely go after Emmylou Harris. She's an absolute icon, and you'll just fall in love with her. The other side of that, for that more empowered, that stronger, maybe a little grittier sound, is Lucinda Williams. Her Car Wheels on a Gravel Road record is absolutely flawless, and I highly recommend you check it out. Finally, if you like Taylor Swift, then you need to go back to the originator of that sound, none other than Patsy Cline. She's an icon, she is a standard unto herself for a reason, and I can't say enough about her. Definitely pick up one of her best of collections. The final band I'll give you recommendations off of is one of my favorites, and that's the Foo FIghters. If you dig the sounds the Foos have done throughout any point in their career, definitely go after Hüsker Du. They're one of those early SST bands who are irreplaceable and you don't have modern music without, and while they certainly don't get the mountains of accolades they deserve, there's definitely a strong element of Hüsker Du in the sound of the Foo FIghters. The other group that the Foo FIghters borrow heavily from is obviously the Pixies. Nirvana took from them, so it makes sense that the Foo FIghters have a similar interest, and if you don't listen to the Pixies, your ears are suffering for it. The last group I'm going to recommend if you're into the Foo FIghters, and I'll recommend them if you like music in general, is the Stooges. We know Iggy is one of a kind, we know Iggy is the rock and roll iguana, we know Iggy is just amazing. But the first three records from the Stooges know no parallel. So those are some recommendations on some older artists you might dig if you're into newer artists. I hope you enjoy it all, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.